We are living in the golden age of remasters, or the exhaustion age of remasters. Every other week, a publisher announces a definitive edition, a complete edition, a remastered collection, or my personal favourite, a reimagined, enhanced legacy experience. So, when I heard about Tales of Berseria Remastered, I had one simple question: why? This isn't some forgotten PS2 relic trapped on outdated hardware. This is a PS4 era RPG that still looks decent and already runs on PC. So, what exactly are we remastering here? But here's the thing: even if the remaster feels unnecessary, the game itself still very, very good. So, today we're breaking down the story, the cast, the combat, the world design, what this remaster actually changes, and whether it's worth your time in 2026. And yes, we'll be giving it a final score at the end. What separates Berseria from most RPGs and even from other Tales entries is its protagonist. Velvet Crowe does not want to save the world. She does not want to protect the innocent. She does not believe in hope, friendship, or destiny. She wants revenge. Full stop. After a traumatic event known as the Scarlet Night, Velvet tries to rebuild a quiet life in her small village with her little brother and her brother in law Arthur. It's modest, it's peaceful, it's almost aggressively wholesome. Then Arthur sacrifices her little brother in a ritual meant to push back the growing demon plague, and just like that, peace is gone. Velvet transforms into a unique kind of demon, one capable of devouring other demons for power. She's imprisoned for years, and when she escapes, she dedicates herself entirely to revenge. No moral gymnastics, no maybe I can forgive him, no power of friendship glow up. She openly calls herself a villain, and that's what makes Berseria fascinating. In a genre dominated by noble heroes and chosen ones, Velvet is fueled by rage, grief, and spite. She manipulates people, she kills without hesitation. She acknowledges she's doing terrible things and doesn't pretend otherwise. It's refreshing, it's messy, and it's one of the strongest character arcs in the entire Tales franchise. Now, normally in an RPG, your party consists of the idealist, the optimist, the comic relief, the one with a tragic backstory. In Berseria, your party is more like the opportunist, the com artist, the chaos gremlin, the person who definitely needs therapy. Everyone joins Velvet for their own reasons, not because they believe in her cause, not because they think she's right, because it benefits them. That dynamic creates incredible chemistry. The banter is sharp. The conflicts feel real. People disagree. People argue. People absolutely roast each other. And while a few party members took time to grow on me, by the midpoint of the game, I genuinely love this dysfunctional crew. If there's one narrative misstep, it's the late game escalation into broader, more traditionally noble stakes. I understand why it happens. JRPGs do love to raise the cosmic temperature, but I almost wish the story had stayed smaller, more personal, more revenge driven. Still, as character-focused storytelling goes, Berseria is top tier. Combat is where the Tales series traditionally shines. Real-time action, flashy artas, fluid movement, combo experimentation, Berseria absolutely delivers on that front. Fights are fast and satisfying. Every character feels distinct enough to have a favourite, but not so wildly different that switching becomes a chore. Boss battles are engaging, random encounters are rarely dull. I genuinely enjoyed getting into fights, but, and this is a gentle but important but, Berseria's combat can feel over-designed. New mechanics keep getting introduced deep into the game. Even halfway through, you're still seeing fresh tutorials explaining new systems layered on top of other systems, layered on top of mechanics you may or may not already be ignoring. Options are good. Options that make you pause mid-battle to remember what button does what. Slightly less good. Some mechanics are underexplained, others are so situational that I simply never use them again. It's not bad, it's just busy. Compared to the more streamlined approach later seen in Tales of Arise, Berseria feels like a system that's still experimenting, but even at its most complicated, it's fun, and that counts for a lot. Visually and thematically, Berseria's world is excellent. You'll explore frozen landscapes, volcanic regions, grand temples, and coastal towns that all feel distinct. The environmental variety is strong. Town design is charming. The world building, solid. The dungeons, less solid. Many early and mid-game dungeons are long corridors with minimal puzzle design. They're not offensively bad, they're just repetitive. Then late in the game, things suddenly get more complex. And finally, the last dungeon decides to go completely feral. It's maze-like, confusing, and oddly uninterested in helping you understand where you're supposed to go. Ironically, this remaster introduces clearer destination markers, something that feels unnecessary for 90% of the game. Yet the one place that could desperately use guidance barely benefits from them. It's like giving someone GPS for their driveway, but not for a labyrinth. Confusing design choices, to say the least. Now let's address the real question. What does this remaster actually add? Graphically? Almost nothing noticeable. Which, to be fair, is fine. The original still looks decent. The main additions are quality of life tweaks, destination markers, option to disable combat encounters, all DLC included. These are nice, they're convenient, they lower friction, but they don't transform the experience. This feels less like a full remaster and more like a definitive convenience edition, which is great for newcomers, especially those on platforms that never had access before, but less compelling for returning players. So here's the verdict. As a remaster, it's minimal. As a game, still excellent. Velvet remains one of the most compelling protagonists in JRPG history. The cast is memorable. The combat is energetic, even if slightly overcomplicated. The world is diverse. The emotional core hits hard. The dungeons hold it back. The late game escalation isn't perfect, and the remaster itself doesn't radically reinvent anything. But if you've never played Berseria before, this is absolutely worth your time. I'm giving Tales of Berseria Remastered an 8 out of 10. Not a necessary remaster, but still a great RPG. If you enjoyed this review, make sure to like the video. It genuinely helps more than you'd think. Subscribe for more gaming reviews, and in the comments, I want to know what's the most unnecessary remaster you've played? And do you prefer your RPG heroes noble and selfless or powered entirely by spite? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.